Hey, what's going on guys? So yesterday I saw It Chapter 2 and it wasn't a good ending. Yeah guys, this film is nowhere near as good as the first one. I don't know, I just expected better, to be honest. Alright, so let me just start off with the positives first. Firstly, the casting here is great. The film is set 27 years after It Chapter 1 and we see the Losers Club now as adults. And I gotta say, the casting here, spot on. And the acting here overall was well done. Fam, big up my guy Bill Hader as Richie. He was by far the best character in the whole film. Not only did he bring the humour, but Bill Hader also brought a good dramatic performance on top of that. I've been saying this, man, it's about time this man gets a big movie role. So I hope this man gets more work after this. Secondly, James Ranson as Eddie, also commendable. He also did a great job. Like, you really do feel like he is the adult version of Eddie. We have Isaiah Mutsfasa as Mike.
Hello ladies, look at your man, now back to me, now back at your man.
Yeah. He did a good job.
Now back to me.
Although I didn't like how his story wrapped up though, but yeah.
I'm on a horse.
James McAvoy as Bill didn't really feel like the leader Bill was as a kid. That might have been intentional because, you know, Mike was more of the leader this time around, but yeah, James McAvoy, he's good as always. Jessica Chastain as Beverly was okay. Could have acted a little bit more closer to Kid Beverly, but again, yeah, she was alright. Andy Bean as Stanley was, well, yeah. All I'm gonna say about him was he did what he had to do. And Jay Ryan as Ben, I thought was probably the weakest out of the main cast. I don't know, it just felt kind of bland to me, and you know, he didn't really have much to do at all in the movie. And you know what, I've already started going into negatives already, so let me just go straight into the negatives right now. Firstly, this movie is almost 3 hours long.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
This movie did not need to be that long. Honestly, there are a lot of scenes in this film you could have cut. For example, the whole Henry Dyers subplot, you know, the bully from the last film. Fam, he was wasted in this film. You could have cut him out entirely and the movie wouldn't have changed. Plus, older Henry Dyers wasn't even that good in the movie anyway. He wasn't as scary or as twisted as the teen Henry Dyers.
Mike, where's he?
So yeah, if you're gonna have him back, have him do something substantial please, cause he just felt like a waste of screen time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Screen time that could have gone more towards the adult Losers Club, because their chemistry wasn't that strong in the movie, especially when compared to the kids. Like, there was one scene in the film where they were connecting with each other, and which was the Chinese restaurant scene, which is one of the best scenes in the movie, by the way. But that's when their personalities were bouncing off each other like they were as kids. Except for Ben, he had nothing interesting to say.
Yawn.
But hey, you know, that's the script's fault, to be honest. In fact, the script overall was weak compared to the first one. Like, I don't know, man, it just didn't feel as tight. Like I said, 3-hour movie, and it just didn't need to be that long. And there were a lot of dragged out scenes. Okay, so I say the first hour of the movie was well paced. But as soon as the Losers Club have to start collecting tokens and flashbacks start coming in, that's when the film begins to drag. Characters have to go out of their way to collect these tokens individually, by the way, so then we have to follow each character separately, and I don't know, they never really have a good reason why they have to split up. They even said it in the movie, they are strongest when they're together. So yeah, they all split up and they all encounter Pennywise again individually, which could have been interesting, you know, if Pennywise was actually shown in the movie. Let me segue into Pennywise. Firstly, Bill Skarsgård did an excellent job at portraying this character, but similar to the other characters, he gets barely any screen time as the clown himself. In fact, I think you see less Pennywise in this film than in the first one. I feel bad for Skarsgård, man, because his performance is so captivating, you're just left wishing you saw more. Instead, what we got was Pennywise in different forms, like the old lady from the trailer.
No one who dies here ever really dies.
And most importantly, I didn't find any of these forms or anything in the film scary at all. Now granted, I didn't think the first one was scary, but there were scenes in the first film that I thought was tense, like the projector scene. In here, it's basically a lot of creepy and gross out imagery and jump scares, which none of them actually made me jump, by the way, because it was so obvious when a jump scare was coming. Like, do you know what? I think one of the reasons why it's significantly less tense than the first one is because the Losers Club are adults and not children anymore. Because children are so vulnerable, you get a higher sense of danger, but it's not the same with adults. I mean, you know, you think Pennywise would step it up from the last film to compensate, but you know, again, the scares weren't even as good as the first because he was just repeating the same stuff again, but to full grown adults now, and that sense of intensity just simply was not there. See, this is why Pennywise works best with children, because with adults, like, he's just, well, a clown.
You can say get first, die on your young Well,
Time to float.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
oh, because I'm running for you, eh? Now let me tell you something, Mr. Man. I'm only running because I don't want you to see me that I did not travel. Okay? Now that you have seen me, man, do your worst.
This also applies to the ending of the film, which I didn't think was very satisfying, by the way. Like, the ending in the first one, like the actual battle, it felt way more personal. Like, they were actually getting hits on the clown, like bing bing. But the ending in this film just felt almost B-movie-ish. And the way they defeated Pennywise was so easy, you're just like, wow, that would have been really helpful if you just did that before, especially in the first movie. So yeah guys, it's a competent sequel, but because the first one did so well, I think they tried to make this one bigger than it needed to be, and you already know, bigger and especially longer doesn't always mean that it's better. The charm was just gone from this one, and the scares here were subpar. It's you know, it's something I'm still glad I watched, but you know, if you've seen the first movie, I still say you give this one a watch once, but it's not something I would want to rewatch, if you know what I mean. Like, the first one was way more rewatchable. So yeah, that's about it. So, you know, what do we have next? I haven't seen any of the others, so I might skip this. We'll definitely see this, but I probably won't review it. This will likely be my next review. Anyway, this has been my review on It Chapter 2. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Have a good day, and God bless.